guys, Stone Cold 913 here, bringing you the Yawhg, a small little indie game that I was recently told about. I went out, found out that there was a review copy that I was able to acquire. No, I didn't pirate it, I actually emailed them. I want to say a big thank you to the developers for sending me this review copy. Onto the game, I guess. So the Yawhg is a game about you live in a town. You play one of these 4 characters. You actually have to select at least 2 of them. It's meant to be a I guess a game that you would play with friends in your house on a big screen, maybe a TV. I mean, the game looks really good. It's a 2D game. It's not, you know, my usual thing, but it really looks nice. The art design is it's different from what I usually play, but it's very pleasant. I like the way it looks. It's just got this beautiful, I'm gonna say Victorian, but don't quote me on that, design to it. Just look at the characters right here on the screen. And it's not multiplayer. It's meant to be played on one computer with one keyboard, and that's how it's meant to be played. I'd like to say that the developers are very creative and very funny. When you get this game, if you pick this game up, definitely go look into their README. It's very funny. So yeah, let's get into the game. If I haven't already said it, The Yawhg is a game about your town. You live in it, and you have 6 weeks before a monster, well, I'm assuming it's a monster, comes to invade your village and kill everybody. So you play at least 2 of these characters. I'm going to select all 4 of them, and what's going to happen is we're going to start the game. I'll be playing as if I was playing with multiple people, but I'm not, because I make YouTube videos. I don't have friends. I'm just kidding, guys. Let's get into this. I really, really hope you can hear the game, because the music is amazing as well. Alright, so let's get into this. The Yawhg will be here in 6 weeks, and no one expects it. Not a one of us. We just keep on living our lives, week by week, unaware. So we're going to be playing one of the female characters, and it is week 1. And here you see the main game map, and it's a beautiful design. Everything looks just amazing. So, we're going to pick the Alchemy Tower, and we're going to brew a potion. Ooh, we spent the week brewing potions, and we gained 2 magic and 1 mind. One day you hear one of the alchemists shout, "Eureka!" When you look over to see what he's done, you spot a small, previously dead ferret come to life. "I've figured out the antidote to death," the alchemist exclaims. The undead ferret lets out a horrific noise and lumbers about slowly. Destroy that abomination, or praise the alchemist's accomplishments. It's a zombie. We don't need the zombies when the Yawhg's coming. Destroy the abomination! You smack the ferret off the counter and stomp on it until it stops twitching. The alchemist is horrified. You gain 1 physique. Woohoo! Alright, now we're playing as Big Ginger Man with the green hat. You look like the kind of guy that enjoys a drink. Let's drink. You spend the entire week getting wasted. You gain 2 charm and 1 physique. One day the tavern throws its annual dart tournament. I've got 6 physique. Can I win? Let's enter. You sign up for the dart tournament, ready to prove your dart throwing prowess. You play the worst game of darts anybody has ever seen. You come dead last. You gain nothing. Now we're playing as the red woman. I'll call her the... No, that's copyrighted. the Red Woman. Let's go to the gardens. Mediate or landscape? Let's mediate. You spend the week in meditation. You gain 1 magic and 2 mind. One day, an old woman approaches you. I have a small pouch of magic beans. Would you be interested in purchasing them? I have no wealth. No, thank you. She walks away disappointed. There's no such thing as magic beans, you mutter to yourself. You gain 1 mind. Now, Mr. Yellow. Let us go to the palace. Let's go to the ball. You spend the week attending fancy gatherings. You gain 2 charm and 1 finesse. One day, you overhear the jester tell a joke to a group of people. Everyone laughs, but you didn't understand the joke at all. Try and figure it out on your own. You never managed to figure it out. You've begun coming to terms with the fact that your sense of humor is lacking. Being more self-aware, you manage to exude an aura of confidence. You gain 1 charm. They say the last time it came, the Yawhg devoured houses whole, stole lives, tore families and family members apart. But that was so very long ago. Week 2. To the hospital. Tend to patients. You spend the week diagnosing and tending to the sick. You gain 2 mind and earn 1 wealth. One day, a patient comes into the hospital with sores that nobody's ever seen before. While walking by his bedside, he looks to you and rudely asks for a glass of water. Get him water. You bring him a small glass to quench his thirst. He takes a large sip, swigs it around, and then proceeds to spit it at you. The water hits you right in the face. After cleaning up, you scold the obviously insane man for spitting at you. That night, when you get home, you feel dizzy and start having vivid hallucinations about ancient wizards. You gain 3 magic. You lose 3 mind. So I've gone insane, but I've become a better sorcerer. Interesting. Let's see here. Big guy. You seem like the arena kind of person. Compete. You spend the week fighting brutes in the arena. You gain 2 physique and 1 finesse. While wandering around the halls between matches, you spot your former lover, Kelly. An awkward exchange happens in which you want to know how they're doing without seeming to care too much. After a few minutes, Jean, one of the most popular fighters in the arena, butts into the conversation. Hey Kelly, sorry to interrupt, but we've got to leave right away if we want to make it to your mother's in time. You say an awkward goodbye as they walk off, holding hands. How do you feel? I feel happy for her. You feel it's good that both of you have moved on. This encounter, despite its awkwardness, was refreshing. You gain 1 charm! Let's go to the alchemy tower. Clean the lab. You spend the week cleaning obnoxious chemicals. You're paid 1 wealth for your labor and gain 1 physique and 1 magic. One day you hear cries of help for you coming from the next room. Running over to investigate, you see that the alchemists there have accidentally created an ooze monster. How do you dispatch the ooze? Blast the ooze with magic. You pulverize the ooze into a puddle with an array of magical spells. The alchemists all cheer. You gain 1 charm. Let's go to the forest. Let's hunt. You spend the week hunting various defenseless critters. You gain 2 finesse and sell the pelts for 1 wealth. One day during your forest excursions, you stumble upon a swarm of rats. At first you jump backwards in shock, but then you start to hear them conversing with one another. They call you over. Excuse me, sir, one of them says in a high-pitched voice. Do you think you might be able to help us out with something? You see, we're trying to elect our new leader, but it seems our votes are completely tied. We're trying to decide between Seedpaw, the Vengeful, and Blightooth the Wise. Oh. We're trying to decide between Seedpaw, the Vengeful, and Blightooth the Wise, says the rat. Seedpaw steps forward. If you vote for me, the rats will have a powerful leader, one who isn't afraid to take our fight to the enemy, proclaimed Seedpaw. Blightooth steps up. If you vote for me, good sir, I will lead these rats to an age of enlightenment, says Blightooth. Which rat do you choose? I choose the wise. Half of the rats roar with tiny applause. Seedpaw bows his head and walks back into the mass of rats. Blightooth climbs up to your shoulder and whispers ancient secrets in your ear as thanks. You gain 1 mind and 1 magic. It was on us in a heartbeat, or so the stories go. The earth shook, the air went still. So I'm going to take a moment, and I'm going to say that I'm enjoying this game immensely. It's very funny, it's creative, and it allows for a lot of replayability. Because I'm assuming that no matter what your choice is, you get a different outcome every time. Maybe. I'm sure if you played it enough times, you get the same outcome. But let's get back into it. We'll play through all 6 weeks and see what we think at the end of the game. Actually, you know what? I got an idea. We'll keep playing, though. Let's clean the hospital. You spend the weeks steeling your mind against the horrors of the hospital, making sure it is as clean as it can be. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and 1 wealth. Over the course of the week, you notice yourself growing more and more spiral-shaped sores all over your body. One day, the sores begin glowing a vibrant blue. You feel your magical power grow even stronger, while your mind slips further and further. You gain 3 magic! You lose 3 mind! In no time, the sores are glowing so bright that they hurt to look at. Someone rushes up to you asking if you're alright. With only a glance, you set them aflame. Then you let out a scream that shakes the earth and shatters the skulls of all nearby. A river of blood coats the ground as you walk about, reveling in your destruction. You black out. When you come to, you are at home in your bed. Your sores have faded, and you feel like the disease's symptoms have passed. Shit. To the tavern, to bartend. You spend the week serving drinks at the tavern. You earn 1 wealth in tips and gain 2 charm. One day, a bard pulls out his lute in the bar and starts playing a tune. Unfortunately, his singing is horrible and is ruining the tavern's atmosphere. You decide to do something about it. Convince him to leave, challenge him to a lute duel. To the lutes! You borrow the bar owner's lute and challenge the bard to a musical duel. You play out a beautifully complex combination of arpeggios. The tavern roars with applause. The bard tries his best to replicate your piece, but ends up dropping his lute, snapping it in half. He bows his head shamefully in defeat and walks out of the tavern. You gain 1 finesse and 1 charm. Awesome. Lutes for the win, boys. The red lady. To the palace, to do its administrative work. You spend the week doing paperwork for the palace. You're paid 2 wealth and gain 1 mind. One day you hear somebody shouting something in the hallway. There's a bomb in the palace, they scream. There's a mass panic as people try desperately to escape the palace's walls. Locate and disarm the bomb. Do I have it? I've got 9 mind. You run deeper into the castle, trying to figure out where the explosives are hidden. You manage to find them in the wine cellar, disguised as barrels of wine. The bomb appears to be on a detonator that is controlled by a powerful magic. You realize immediately you won't be able to figure it out and get out of the building as quick as you can. You're almost out when the bomb goes off. There's a huge explosion that knocks you through a wall. You lose 1 physique. Oh, come on! Damn. To the slums. Fight crime. You spend the week outsmarting and beating up criminals. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and 1 finesse. One night a man walks up to you. Excuse me, sir, feeling a little lonely tonight? He asks. For only a small amount of coin, I can make you feel good all night. No thank you. Your loss. And then the world was a howling fury, chaos, screaming, the sound of all we knew being pulled in half. Where to go with the woman who's gone crazy? One momento. So apparently if you accomplish both tasks in a specific location, those locations are no longer available to play. Let us go to... Well, actually, wait, that's weird, because we've played the tavern through both things with the ginger guy. I don't know what his name is. Let's call him Bob. We played through the tavern with Bob. Oh well. Let's go bartend with the lady. You spend the week serving drinks at the tavern. You earn 1 wealth in tips and gain 2 charm. One day, an impromptu drinking contest is held. I spectate. As you watch from afar, people down pint after pint, making complete fools of themselves. You feel a little better about not entering. You gain 1 mind. I knew that was a good idea, because I kinda didn't have any mind left. So, the brute goes somewhere. Where does he go? He goes into the forest, to chop wood. You spend the week cutting down trees for the village. You gain 2 physique and earn yourself 1 wealth. One day you stumble upon a tall, nicely trimmed hedge in the middle of the woods. You sit and eat your lunch in front of the hedge, wondering what exactly it's doing out in the woods. Suddenly, an enormous hand erupts from the foliage. Dodge it. You try dodging its grasp, but you're not quick enough. What? Grabs you and pulls you through the thorns of the hedge. You lose 1 physique. The beast drags you all the way back to its lair and chains you up to a wall. It starts peeling layers of your flesh off of you, eating it in front of you. Then he waves his hand, regenerating the flesh on your body. This cycle occurs for what feels like years. The mental torment you undergo is unbearable. You lose 3 mind. The constant barrage of healing spells infuses you with raw magic. You gain 3 magic! One day, the beast's lair is attacked by another monster. You take this opportunity to escape. You push through the hedge and back into the forest. When you finally arrive home, you learn that you'd only been gone for a day. Well, that kind of sucks. Now, where to send you? Well, we've done both. Let's go brew another potion. You spend the week experimenting with different potion brewers. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day, a swarm of rats infest the building. They are biting everything in their way. Everyone else in the building flees immediately. What do? Blast them with magic. You wave your hands and produce a bouquet of flowers? That wasn't the spell you meant to cast. The rats spot you, your attempt to exterminate them, and begin biting you horribly. You lose 1 physique. You manage to escape, but there are rats all over the tower. I'm assuming the tower is now... you can't go back there. Let's go pickpocket some people. You spend the week performing petty theft. You gain 1 wealth and 2 finesse. One night you hear a woman whisper at you from nearby. Hey, you, she calls out. Looking to make a bit of coin? I'm always up for more coin. No thanks. I'm always up for more coin. She signals you to go into the alleyway with her. Come closer, she says. Nobody else can hear what I'm about to tell you. You lean in close, eager to learn what you'll be earning this coin. She presses herself right up against you, moving her lips slowly towards your ear. Suddenly, she bites your neck viciously. Blood pours from the wound, and she clings to you tightly, lapping it all up. She's a vampire! You black out. When you come to see, she's standing over you. Thanks, she says, tossing you a couple coins. You gain 1 wealth. She then melts into the shadows. When you feel your neck, you notice your wound has healed completely. Your body feels ice cold. You gain 3 charm. You lose 3 physique. You. Stupid vampire. When it arrives this time, how will we fare? Will we once more rebuild, move on, be strong, or have we forgotten? The hospital and palace are still unplayable. Let's send you to the gardens to meditate. You spend the week in deep meditation. You gain 1 magic and 2 mind. One day, on your way home from the park, you come across a golden ring in the grass. Wear the ring. Upon placing the ring on your finger, orange glowing markings appear on the outside of the band. The markings unravel themselves from the ring and swirl in front of you. They form into what appears to be a fully armored ghost, radiating a beautiful orange light. The ghost turns to you and nods before walking away. The ring looks good on you. You gain 1 charm. Cool. Oh, that poor hospital. It looks so dead. So's the palace. Oh well. Back to the arena. To bet. You spend the week placing bets on your favorite fighters. You gain 0 wealth. During a match, another warrior's weapon is knocked from their grasp. You barely manage to avoid it. With a sickening crunch, it destroys the knee of a nearby bystander. He accuses you of causing him harm by not stopping the flying weapon. He takes you to court. Defend yourself. You object, but you can't seem to convince the judge. He rules the plaintiff's favor and orders you to surrender 2 wealth. I don't know if I had any wealth to begin with. This is not turning out too well for my team of misfits. To the slums. No. Damn, screw up. Pickpocket people. You spend the week performing petty theft. You gain 1 wealth and 2 finesse. One night you hear cheering from an alleyway. Peering in, you see a crowd of men cheering on the dogs, violently ripping each other apart. One of the men spots you and asks, "Oi, would you like to participate in our little betting game?" Bet on the dog fights. I have 4 wealth. My magic is strong. Try to stop the dogs. You try to convince the gamblers that dog fighting is wrong. Your words fall on deaf ears. Very quickly, they get quite angry with you. One of them walks up to you and pulls out a knife. You don't feel you've got the strength or speed to match this guy. You run away, hoping he won't follow. You had magic, girl! You couldn't stop that guy! Alright. To the tavern. To drink. Spend the entire week getting wasted. You gain 2 charm and 1 physique. Over the course of the week, you've noticed your skin become paler and your teeth sharper. You notice that whenever you talk, everyone hereby hangs on your every word. You gain 3 charm. You also feel more frail and gaunt than you used to. You lose 3 physique. One day you notice a woman tilting her head back, brushing her hair. Her neck fully exposed. You can even see a vein or 2. Delicious. Before you know it, you're coated in blood with a mangled form in front of you. There are dozens of people around, and they're all filled with delicious nectar. The next few hours are a blur. You wake up the next day in bed sheets soaked with blood that is not your own. You look in the mirror and notice your skin has regained its color, and that your teeth have dulled. The Yawhg. It's almost here. Almost. Last week. I see that now I have destroyed the tavern, the hostel, and the palace. That's a shame. Less things for the damn thing to come and kill me. Alchemy Tower. Brew potion. Spend the week experimenting with different potion brewers. You gain 2 magic and 1 mind. One day, while in the tower, one of the alchemists asks you to watch his potion while he's out. Soon after he leaves, the potion begins bubbling out of control. If you don't do something soon, it'll explode. Throw it out the window or drink it. Drink it. You quickly drink the potion. Your stomach acids seem to have quelled the potion's fury. You gain 2 magic. Woohoo! To the arena to compete. You spend the week fighting brutes in the arena. You gain 2 physique and 1 finesse. One day, while wandering the halls, one of the arena's fighters approaches you. "Excuse me, sir. I need a sparring partner," he says. "Are you down for a fight or 2? Accept his challenge. Refer him to the burly guy next to you. What's my physique? 11? Accept his challenge. Let's do this! He screams. He takes a swing at your head. You punch his fist as it is coming towards you. You can hear the bones of the fighter's hands crack. He runs away, whimpering. That was pretty cool. You gain 1 charm. I can't go to these places. To the garden. To landscape. You spend the week maintaining the plants in the royal garden. You gain 1 finesse, 1 physique, and earn yourself a wealth. One day you come across an elderly man snoozing on the ground. You there, young person. He waves you over. I'm having an awful time trying to nap in the bright sun. Do you mind giving me some shade? Block the sun for the old man. Decline. Ages seem to pass as you stand in the hot sun, the wizened old man sleeping peacefully in your shadow. The sun is sweltering, and after some hours you begin to feel faint. Gradually, everything grows dark. When you awaken, it is evening in the garden. An ancient gnarled tree stands where the old man was sleeping. For witnessing this miraculous event, you gain 1 magic. Woohoo! To the slums. To fight crime. You spend the week outsmarting and beating up criminals. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and 1 finesse. One day, while wandering the slums, you notice that the stones used to line the road seem to have a certain pattern to them. With a piece of paper and a pencil, you manage to work out that each type of symbol corresponds to a letter of the alphabet. Deciphering the code points you to a small trapdoor hidden in a back alley. You descend to find a dimly lit room with two cubes hovering off the ground, text scribbled across them. The Arcane, the Gallant. You touch the cube labeled the Gallant. Everything flashes white. You wake up at home feeling a little odd. You gain 3 charm. The storm arrives in the night. By the morning, it still rages. For 3 full days, the tempest puts us through a grinder, drowns us, crushes us, ruins us. But then it ends. We see the graveyard our home has become. Our home. Does anything yet live? Is it? Are we past saving? Choose your role. The Conjurer. You take it upon yourself to help conjure up supplies for the town. With your magic, you summon supplies of the highest caliber. With little effort, you're summoning high-quality lumber and food from out of nowhere. This helps the rebuilding effort significantly. The green guy. He's got a lot of physique. The Builder. You take it upon yourself to help rebuild the town by hand. You rebuild homes fairly quickly and efficiently. This helps the rebuilding effort a lot. The Red Woman. She has a lot of mind. The Doctor. You take it upon yourself to help the sick and injured from the Yawhg. You are able to keep most patients in stable condition. Some are even able to get up and back to work in no time. This helps the survival effort quite a lot. And finally, the Yellow Guy. The Leader. You take it upon yourself to be the leader of the survivors. You expertly delegate and prioritize tasks. You give motivating speeches and act as an effective mediator in disputes. This helps the rebuilding efforts significantly. And so, we set out about our tasks, once more living our lives, this time in a way we might never have expected, or even wanted. But in the end, we flourished. Towers once wrecked and ravaged rose towards the sky. Trees again took root, then blossomed. We all blossomed. And though it took a long while, and though it took a lot from us, our future is bright. Should the Yawhg ever return, we will be ready. I don't know if... Oh, this is the end. After the town is rebuilt, you go back to meditating in the park. You spend weeks at a time sitting in one spot, trying to cross to another plane of existence. After years of attempts and self-sacrifice, you finally manage to cross over to the astral realm. You come to find that the astral realm is exactly like the normal world, except everyone's eyes are slightly smaller. You don't know how to get back home. After the town is rebuilt, you live a good, uneventful life. One morning, while getting ready for the day, you spot a giant hedge in your mirror. Before you can react, a giant hand pulls you through. Once again, you are dragged through the thorns of the hedge. Once again, you are chained up by your former master. You are eaten alive for the rest of eternity. Well, that sucks. After the town is rebuilt, you start up a magical waste cleanup initiative. When boats accidentally leak toxic potions into the water, you accrue rides to clean off birds, fish, and other animals. You are named Time Magazine's Person of the Year for 6 years in a row, which feels pretty good. Also, all this exposure to magical waste gives you superpowers. Woohoo! At least somebody came out of this alright. With the town rebuilt, you decide to celebrate. You organize a huge festival in honor of the bravery that helped save so many lives. The first one is so successful, you decide to make it an annual tradition. Every year, the festival gets bigger and more elaborate, and every year it costs more and more money to put on. You have to start charging admission, and no one is happy with it. The annual festival slowly fades out of relevance, and before long, it's cancelled completely. You don't really know what to do with your life after all of that. What a shame. Hard writing. So, that was the Yawhg, or at least my personal first playthrough of it. I want to say that it was a great little game. It was played through in the span of one video. I'm not quite sure how long this video ends up being, but one video. It seems like it could be a lot of fun for a bunch of people. I recommend picking up. As of right now, it's, I believe, $10. and by the time this video comes out, that should be true. It's a great game. It's simple, easy to understand, and if it's so light that you could probably set it up on a laptop, hook it up to a television with like an HDMI cable, and play it through with a wireless keyboard with a bunch of your friends. And it just seems like a fun little game. I like the concept, I like the execution, I like the art, the music's beautiful, everything was done amazingly. I'd like to thank the developers for sending me a review copy. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Look out for my next set of videos. I've got a lot in store for you guys, and that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Yawhg. I'm Stone Cold 913, and thanks for watching this reaction video to the Yawhg.